I guess that old saying's true. You either die a hero or live long enough to become a villain. Everybody's going nuts. Maybe an overstatement, but a lot of people are going nuts over what Seth said about him teaming up with Chris and Katie. Here's the thing, right? If the devil was real, I would make a deal with that dude to bring my boy home. If I had a son that was missing, I would join the dark side. I'd be like, there's my soul. Have it. Just bring my son home. I'd do that. We might not like it, but we have to remember that facts are facts. And the facts in this case, some of the facts in this case are that the police know where Chris was when Sebastian went missing in that time frame. They know where Chris was. So it couldn't have been him. If anything, if somebody has done something to Sebastian, it couldn't have been Chris.
You guys should set your differences aside and join forces and be done with this. But that should have happened. This is what I think I feel like this is what the court of public opinion feels, that this should have happened a long ass time ago.
Yeah.
And now suddenly they want to join forces. So I can see some people side-eyeing this movement as some sort of tactic because they realize how bad they are looking out here in these streets. We join with the good side. We join with the Rogers where
see, Pascal is on the same page as me. That it's a save face thing. You know, that's the first thing I thought. I noticed it when Katie had the shirt on.
I am under no illusion that this could be a tactic by Chris and Katie to make them look good. I believe what this dude has just said. That it could be a possibility, it really could be a possibility that they've looked and gone, oh crap, we don't look really good in this situation. We've got to do something to make ourselves look good. Public relations type of issue, right? So they've gone, well, Seth looks really good in this situation. What we'll do is we'll put everything aside and we'll join forces, and maybe some of that will rub off on us. And because we're teaming with him now, maybe people will start thinking good about us. I'm under no illusion that this could be a tactic to make them look good in the public eye. And not just with the public, but law enforcement too. I just want to say that. I just want to put that out there. There should have been a united front from the beginning. Facts show Chris couldn't have done anything to Sebastian. If somebody has done something to Sebastian, it couldn't have been Chris. Within that time frame that we have been given, it couldn't have been Chris. The police know where he was. So there should have been a united front at the start. Sure, you don't like, Seth doesn't like some of the stuff that has come out. Obviously, and with good reason, right? But you put that stuff away for the greater good and the greater good, or you put that stuff to the side, for the greater good. And the greater good being bringing Sebastian home and hopefully in good physical and mental health. There should have been a united front at the start.
It's speaking for Sebastian, not speaking down about Sebastian.
Well, you got to be mad at them. They're the ones that spoke down on Sebastian. Everybody on the internet's been speaking really good about Sebastian.
I agree. I 100% agree. There was a point where whenever they got to talk about Sebastian, they were just talking crap about him, right? But the thing is, you put that stuff aside. I know people don't understand. People won't get it. I can't fully understand. I don't have a son that's missing, right? But you put that stuff aside. You've got to understand that because of what Seth was doing, going on podcasts and YouTube channels and, you know, telling people details that he shouldn't have been telling them, that the police then stopped talking to Seth. But they did not stop talking to Chris and Katie. So think about it for a minute, please, right? Instead of overreacting, you joining forces with them, put Seth back in the know. And he is desperate for information, and he's not being told it because he's been going on podcasts and YouTube channels and saying stuff that the police, that the authorities do not want him to say. So they have stopped talking to Seth. So Seth joining with Katie and Chris, teaming up with them, like they should have done from the start, in my opinion. But in him doing that, Seth is back in the know.
It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what the people out here in these streets think. It's about what you guys do out there in these streets. So I think
about what we do.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter about what people think. People all over the internet have come up with these wild theories, seriously wild theories. Some of the theories could make sense, but some of them have been pretty wild, right? It doesn't matter what those people think, right? It doesn't matter what I think, what any YouTuber thinks, or the court of public opinion thinks, right? It doesn't matter. What matters is you, Seth, you, Katie, and you, Chris, joining together on this for the common good, bringing Sebastian home. It should have always been like that.
Have you heard any new updates at all? Any leads, anything? Okay.
I got I've got plans for next week on locations and stuff to hit.
I bet you anything that now he's joining forces with Chris and Katie, he does start getting updates. He might not release them to the public like everybody on YouTube wants him to do, and that's another issue, right? He might not tell people, but now that he's teaming with Chris and Katie and putting things aside and doing things together, I guarantee he will start getting new information. By the way, there are a lot of YouTube channels out there, right, that may be concerned for Sebastian, but when it comes to Seth releasing new information, they're just doing it because they want him to do it, and release this information on YouTube because it's something else to talk about. It's juicy and it equals views, you know? That's the only reason that these YouTubers want him to release this information. Not to keep people in the know, not to keep the public in the know. It's because it's juicy. It's new, juicy news, and they want to talk about it. People, we need to remember that us, true crimers, people that are into true crime, Facebookers, Twitterers, YouTubers, TikTokers, we're not law enforcement. They know a lot more than what we know, right? And the things that we know, the majority of the things that we know, or the majority of the things that we think we know, is just speculation. It's just speculation. We actually know very, very little, right? And whatever your opinion of Chris is, because I don't like the dude, I think doing that to an autistic kid, the way that they've treated Sebastian is, in fact, child abuse, right? I don't like him. But does that mean that he has hurt Sebastian? No, it doesn't. Keeping in mind, the police also know where Chris was at the time that Sebastian went missing. I'm not saying anybody's hurt him or anybody from the family has hurt him, right? But if you were going to blame somebody, the logical person to blame would be Katie, seeing as she's the one that was at home with Sebastian. She was the one that last saw him alive. I'm not totally sure on what I think about Katie when it comes to whether or not she did something to Sebastian. I'm leaning towards that she didn't, but it's highly possible, I guess, that she did. But I'm not sure. We have to remember that no matter what we think, no matter about the theories out there and what other people are thinking, right? The facts are, Chris wasn't there. It couldn't have been him. If in fact anybody has hurt Sebastian, it couldn't have been Chris. So Chris, Katie and Seth teaming up like they should have done from the start, in my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with that. And I don't see anything wrong with what Seth said either. Like I said before, if the devil was real and I had a son that was missing, I'd make a deal with that dude straight away. No hesitation. It couldn't have been Chris. I'm on the fence with Katie. I actually think what Michelle After Dark thinks, that he's gone and gone into the woods and maybe got hurt. I'm also leaning towards that, but also maybe when he's gone out, somebody's seen him and they've hurt him. Whatever's happened there, I actually don't think a member of the family has done it. I'm going to get crucified, I know, because there is a lot of people out there that wholeheartedly believe that Chris and or Katie have unalived this boy. Crackpot theories online are not facts. It is what it is, boys and girls. I'm going to end it there, peeps. Tell me what you thought in the comments below. Tell me what you think about this case, what's going on. Tell me about what you think about what I've said. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Whatever your opinion is, it is welcome on this channel. Tell me in the comments below, and I will see you all again next time. Bye-bye.